Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, Vibing After Dark _ with Mo. And if you're new to my channel, how about hit that subscribe button? And if you're a returning subscriber, how about sending to a family or a friend so they can vibe out with us? And please make sure y'all like this video. That helps out a lot, and thanks in advance. Okay you guys, so as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, we are going to be talking about Chrisean Rock again, Blueface again, and Miss Carlissa once again. So let's get straight into it. So randomly out the blue, Chrisean Rock, she said she was in her pregnant feelings, she guessed, and she just randomly posted this tweet. And it said, "I was drunk my whole time with him, and it wasn't because I love to drink. It was something I needed, so I'm straight around that energy. Then when all of a sudden I couldn't drink no more, I honestly couldn't be around no more. He be around somebody like that for too long. Sheesh." So then once Miss Carlissa caught wind of the tweet that she posted to her Instagram. She screenshotted it and she said this under the caption: "Rock, this that victim S again. You was a junkie when we met you. I was just saying this morning. We about to be a happy family one day because you bringing our baby boy and you on this. A woman who is having a child with someone accepts responsibility and doesn't create hate in the man's heart for the sake of your son having the father he deserves in his life. I told you when you tried to tell me you was going to take him from Jaden, that wasn't going to work for you. Now please speak truth for our baby's sake, because we all have to figure out how to make the best life possible for this little guy. Trust me this time, please." I gave her the benefit of the doubt and it came up horribly. So the comments then was getting on her. So she came back to back and started posting different things on her story. So this said, "I will block all 4 million of you weirdos and go back and forth with you too. I ain't Cardi. I ain't scared of nothing. You yellow bus section 9 rejects and the ones on the wait list too." And in her caption she said, "I does this S. I'm retired. Don't play with my kids. Play with your worker." Then she also said, "Yeah, at Blueface baby, wrong too, but he paying for it for the next 18 years. He ain't paying her, calling her, nor Baltimore junkie liar. Now stop playing with me. He at home with his kids minding the business God told him to. Don't blame none of that S on my son. Accept what you did and be grateful. These people might not know the truth, but them Zeus people, your friends and your family knows where he could have left you." Then she goes to say, "I wouldn't give a F if the mother effer was 99 and a half. Don't talk S about the person who didn't have to help you." So the people in the comments was not here for it. Some people said, "This woman is addicted to clout. Can't spell, can't go 5 minutes without mentioning Rock. Short as F can't hold an intellectual conversation. It's weird." Another person says, "She must have missed that yellow bus she's speaking of, because how the F you confuse 4 million with 41K? What does Cardi have to do with anything?" And so I had went on her profile and she only had 41,000 followers. So I don't know what the 4 million came from for real. So somebody else said, "You low key in love with your sons. It's giving obsession and misery." She said, "At least," well, she can't spell for real. Dang, she can't spell for real. She got me messing up on like the reading, having me think that I can't read. So I'm guessing she's supposed to say, "At least is my son. What the F is your excuse?" So somebody else said, "Why are you mentioning Cardi? Don't put yourself in a space you're going to be uncomfortable in, sis." Okay, so after all that went on last night and everybody was arguing with Miss Carlissa in the comments, and she was actually going back and forth with everybody in the comments, seriously. I just didn't screenshot it all to read it all. But Blueface caught wind of it today and he posted this: "I didn't raise this young lady. She comes from a family that has addiction to substance abuse. She drank because she liked the way it made her feel, which is why everyone drinks. Her abusing that feeling has nothing to do with me. Just young, immature, and inability to manage herself is lacking. Lots of accountability on her end. Literally asking for drinks pregnant without my presence. Guarantee when the baby is born, she will be drunk all over again." So here comes Miss Carlissa. Once again, she reposted what he had said, and she said, "Now that's the mother effer I raised. 1,700 on Saturday, 3.0 GPA, NC Mother F and AAA signed and documented approved, carried the F on. So then after they post that started like a little back and forth going on with Chrisean Rock and Blueface, and then his mama had like she's a part of this relationship, so she was saying things too. So Chrisean was like, what's more my speed is putting my own money in my own bank account instead of an ungrateful B ninja account telling me every day I don't have money when I make money. I stopped listening to a manipulator and stopped making excuses for him and started choosing Chrisean. So Carlissa reposts what Chrisean had to say, and she said this on top of that. She must have forgot she had back rent and a budget she couldn't afford. It's $10K a month to stay in that house you was in for 2 years, girl. Bye. You could have stayed in your Section 8 housing and saved some money, ungrateful. So then she also said, Whack, please give America that girl expense report she ran up before she made that first little funky 20K. It's not free to live out here, but I bet you see that now. I played with his daddy like this, Rock, and I had to be the baby daddy and mama for a whole year. Don't do it. Just try to be peaceful and cordial because these fans ain't gonna give you a D about your baby asking where his daddy at and why he don't never want to see him. Y'all both need to just be quiet now before y'all go too far. And then so Blueface responds back to what Chrisean was saying. Was like, life is so much better now, my B. Listen for real. And he talking about Jada and Alexis. So I guess he was trying to trigger Chrisean and play like, he got Jada now and she listens. So Chrisean was like, when you tweet about me, let's go ahead up. Stop including mother effers for clout. I'm talking to you, Jonathan Porter. So y'all, they really had it going on and it was a whole mess. Like they all back and forth and Carlissa don't have nothing to do with it and she always acting like Chrisean goes with her. Like it's crazy. So yeah, after this back and forth with him and Carlissa, she decided to go live and she told like a lot. Like everything that we all was wondering, everything we all was thinking. Like she came out and she said it all. So like, everybody was speculating that they were spotted together, seeing each other. And that's true. They were still seeing each other. She started talking about like her finances, how he was taking her money and not really leveling her up. She was talking about like an end, like how much she do miss him, like this type of relationship. Like they could be mad at each other, but they'll still stop everything to get back to their toxic relationship. She was talking about like how he had other girls and he expected her not to reciprocate the energy. But let me just stop talking. That live was like 50 minutes long. So I'm not going to have y'all on here that long watching the live. So I'm going to probably break it up into 3 sections, 3 parts or whatever. So I'm going to play y'all a little bit on this part. And y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole thing in the comment section below. And I will leave the second part when I upload it linked in this comment section pinned, so y'all can just click on to part 2 of her live video. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.
The whole situation was cool. Like I made sure he had the spot ready, bye, right? So I got his iCloud. I seen everything, how you talk to whoever, how you do whatever. How he move, right? Remember that day when he broke down my door? He broke down that bathroom door when I was going through his phone. So let me tell you what was in the phone. A lot of shit. You hear me? So when I mean a lot of shit, it was to the point where I'm like, okay, that's all I need to know for real. So he texted me like, I need you to go do this. I need you to go do that. I need you to go do this. I said, okay. It was very vague. He gave me like 2 to 3 days to do it, whatever. So he could see his kids. But literally, I'm reading all these messages and all these plots he's making. They ain't adding up. So I said, fuck that. I'm going to go perform at this award show. That's when I performed in Hollywood a lot. And it was like this nice little beautiful award show put together and stuff. I performed. Before that, I was making money off of bookings and shit. And all. I was getting to it. So he texted me like, oh, I see you getting to it. I said, well, you have my flight flying back to you Saturday. Today is what? Thursday, Friday, whatever. He like, fuck that. Since you want to go do that, fuck Saturday. I'm like, okay, fuck Saturday then. Then it gets to a point when he say come, and I'm like not ready to come because you already had rotations. You hear me? Like, first of all, I don't want to be put in a rotation if I'm making millions of dollars. I don't want to be a multi-millionaire and having to worry about my nigga. I'd rather be single. Real shit. Like, that's how I really feel. Like, you know, I put up with the plan. I put up with the other shit. I get it. But I ain't me no more. So I like cut back on that weird shit. And I was just like, they can have you. I'm just gonna get my money. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I did. So I'm trying to stay focused. And then remember, I'm pregnant. So the baby, okay, hey baby. This is not giving me time to play around with a weird nigga. You know what I'm saying? He already, when he got his feelings, he went live and said that he gonna take my baby and give it to another bitch. You get what I'm saying? He already. So my mind, like, all I gotta do is take me and what I make and leave. That's it. I'll be straight. I can worry about him when he's in my presence, when he's at my shit, when he pull up here, when he, you feel me? Like, I'd rather deal with you accordingly instead of on your terms and it's killing me. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole kill. Like, I get, like, everybody took that. No, Blue, yes, we're best friends. I love you to death, yo. He got me blocked right now. He feel like I'm fucking ruining his image. I'm like, whatever. I hold mine for you too. So, where is it? So, back to my little story I was telling y'all. Because it's like all these hidden scenarios, all these false. Boy, you know what the fuck was going on. You know what you was doing, and I wasn't fucking with it. So I chose to get the fuck. And then look, the baby is getting bigger and bigger. If I don't have my shit figured out, you have full control to fuck me over with me and my child. Like, yeah, we love each other, but we wasn't showing it. It's through our actions. Like, your actions wasn't showing it. So then, the other thing he was like, remember every time we got in an argument, you used to screenshot the messages? And if you'll show whoever we arguing about, it gave the satisfaction to that other person. He was like, so how does it feel now? Don't you feel like you up against what you up against? And I'm like, no, I just feel like I'm up against an immature ass nigga using a bitch for a pawn to and you still ain't happy. That's all I see that I'm up against. Some immature shit. I don't see the other shit that you're trying to say. So you're trying to prove a point without really proving it right to me, because I swear to God, we be talking and we never agree on something. And when we agree, yes, I'll be like, I'm wrong. But I swear to God, I'm saying I'm wrong only so he'll know that I understand him, not that I agree with him. I never agree with him. I don't like agreeing with this nigga. This nigga is getting on my nerves. Maybe it's the hormones. Maybe I don't got the little Henny bottle like vouching on for me. But yeah, I love bro. Yeah, we was great. He put me on. He did these things for me that whatever, cool. But there was like a catch to it. Because while you're doing all these things, oh my God, I don't want to say what I want to say and then we're arguing about it in his car. So I'm going to just keep it at that. He feel like I switched up. I chose that. And then I'm like, then he like, you did what you was doing. You was fucking with niggas on the low. You was doing that. Never made me leave. You pick somebody over. You da. And I feel what he was saying, but not really, because the only reason why I was entertaining people was because he's entertaining people. You feel me? Like I was going off his energy. He said if I was like I'm reciprocating your energy. He's like, I don't want a bitch that's reciprocating my energy. Like you so unfair, yo. Like I'm not a fucking robot. I'm not like I can only be that robot. I can only be that yes me bitch for you when I'm drunk as fuck. You hear me? And then when I stop getting drunk as fuck, when shit started really bothering me and I can't just take a shot and get over it, nigga. I'm like, look, listen here, Chrisean. You can't keep playing with yourself, just stop. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you just gotta let yourself know stop. Because like say if it was him and the roles was switched, he would feel and say the same thing I'm saying. Like I feel like he then he try to use his situation like, oh my God, what else he say? He says, "See, look, I will never, get into true self. This is potty house I live. You know what I'm saying? I've been in my shit. I know." But yeah, buy my merch too. It's selling great. Thank you. But he was just trying to say more his speed is this way, and I'm just like, that's cool. When I was making all this money, this nigga did not want to boss me up. Okay, let's buy jewelry. Jewelry is beautiful, y'all. But having a car, getting a house in your name, like getting shit that you can actually afford. Because when we do fight and argue, you can always say, get the fuck out my shit, right? Right or wrong. So why when I was making money, you couldn't boss me up? You couldn't make sure I had my car. I was waiting on you. It just took too fucking long. And then it wasn't just taking long. It was just clear that you didn't fuck with me. You get what I'm saying? It was clear as day, like, he don't fuck with you, Rock. He was fucking with you when you was broke. When you was cool with the bullshit he was putting on with. Now that, you know what I'm saying, you glowed up, he's not even letting you glow or grow or none of that. He just dragging still. What the fuck? Like, that's so unfair. If I'm at Blue, he ain't have shit when I'm at him. He had an apartment. He had what he had. But it ain't compared to what I'm ready to do for his life, right? I bossed this nigga up. Say if I bossed this nigga up, right? I'm just using a scenario to see if I'm wrong or not. Now he making like millions of dollars now. He on, right? But I'm still facilitating his money because he trusted me to facilitate his money, right? All right, I know his loyalty is with me because every time he get like a check, and the check's not baby, they be over 100,000. When he get a check, it goes straight to my name, right? Cool. That's happened over periodically a long ass time. He's showing me his loyalty to me, right? Okay, now I'm gonna start looking at shit for him because let me boss him up because let me boss him up because that's what he deserved. Feel me? Let me what that car you was talking about? You can afford it now. Let me put some shit. He wasn't doing none of that shit for me. He was making sure he was facilitating, but he was facilitating for himself. Two, he was keeping to control, like one thing he said when I was like, okay, so why you want me to have my own money? You don't want me to have my own account? He was like, you're not my bitch if I can't control you. Bro, I let you control me for years. What the fuck? Like, give me a break. Then now I'm pregnant and we having our little what you call it? Our little beefs, right? It's really like, all right, so look. Then he starts saying, but if I started, all right, since you was living with me and you was gonna have for me, even if I was gonna have for him with all the bills, I still have a lot of money. Like your bills was like bills, but they wasn't that expensive to keep up with. If I'm making what I'm making, like I could pay them myself. So when he was saying like, I help, it's like he be trying to make me feel guilty. And bitches to my friends, my fans, whatever. Cause he got me fucked up. He took I was drunk all the time with him to tolerate him. So left. He made it seem like, I don't know, he just, the way he was tweeting, he went wrong about it. Then he texted me saying something. I'm like, but you were just here. So like, let's be adults. Let's talk. Like,
but you were just here.
Like, let's be real. Like, okay, shorty over there, but
she was over here.
Why are you spending 99% of your time over in my shit as soon as you kick me out? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we was cutting ties, we cutting money. He doing business with, I already do business with who I already do business with, that's that. But all jokes aside, why are you playing like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't friends, like we ain't cool. Like, we're cool enough to be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I was drunk a lot because of you. Because if you really cared for me and if we was really having good times, you would be like, babe, we don't need this drink. We don't need a shot. You was encouraging drinking. You was, you know what I'm saying? I was sad as fuck. And then you know how my mental health is. I'm very emotional, erratic, crazy. Why would you, as my man, be okay with me drinking like that? You was okay with that because what? You was controlling me, you was facilitating all my bread. Just be honest. Like, okay, I'm not making hundreds of dollars. I'm making a couple millions of dollars. Like, I out of your house, off your couch type shit. Like, and I was cool with that till.
I'm gonna bring my toothbrush.
Right, I was brushing my teeth and shit.
Alright, you guys, that's in a part 1. Like I said, I didn't want to make this video too long, but be on the lookout for part 2. She spilled more tea. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.